Psalm 5, a gentle meditation for sleep, a slow, calming reflection to rest your mind and drift into deep sleep. Welcome. There's nothing left for you to do now. Wherever you are lying, let yourself settle completely. Let your head sink into the pillow, heavier than before. Let your shoulders grow soft and let the mattress hold your whole weight. For the next while, you do not need to think, or plan, or remember anything at all. You only need to listen gently, as these quiet words move past you like slow water in the dark. Let your eyes close softly and stay closed. Let your breathing slow, all on its own. There is nowhere to go tonight, and nothing to hold on to. Tonight, we will spend a quiet, unhurried time together, resting inside the words of Psalm 5, the fifth of the 150 Psalms. This is, like Psalm 3, a morning psalm, and it says so plainly. In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning, I lay my requests before you and wait expectantly. Psalm 5, verse 3. You may wonder, then, why we would turn to a morning psalm at bedtime. But notice what the verse actually describes. A request laid down, and then a waiting, expectant and calm, through however many hours stand between the laying down and the morning's answer. That waiting is exactly what tonight is for. We will lay our own request down now gently in this quiet dark, and let ourselves wait restfully. We'll lay through trusting that morning, whenever it comes, will find us already at peace. There is no clock here. There is nothing waiting for you that cannot wait a little longer. Your only task, if it can even be called a task, is to breathe softly and listen softly and listen softly and let your body grow heavier with every passing minute. You do not need to keep track of the words or follow every sentence closely. You can let your attention loosen and drift the way a small light drifts. A blaze small light drifts and blows pleasantly at the edge of vision just before the eyes. If thoughts arise, let them rise and let them pass like small clouds drifting across a wide dark sky. There is no right way to listen. Whatever happens tonight is the right thing to happen. You cannot do this wrong. You can only rest. This song begins, like so many of these old songs, with someone speaking honestly into the quiet, asking simply to be heard. Listen to my words, Lord. Consider my lament. Hear my cry for help. My King and my God, for to you I pray. Psalm 5, verses 1 and 2. Let that opening rest gently over you now. Whatever you carried into this evening, spoken or unspoken, whatever quiet lament sat behind your tired eyes today, it does not need to be explained in full, or defended, or even fully understood by you tonight. It is enough simply to lay it down the way this old prayer lays its own words down, honestly, and then trust the rest to unfold in its own good time. Let your whole day now begin to fall quietly away behind you, like a heavy coat slipping softly from your shoulders onto a soft chair. No longer needed, no longer worn. Whatever pressed on you today, whatever felt unfinished, none of it needs to stay large and near. With every slow breath, a soft distance opens up between you and all of it, until even the largest unfinished thing of the day becomes small enough to rest quietly at the edge of your awareness, no longer able to disturb your sleep. There will be time enough tomorrow morning to pick anything back up, if it still needs picking up at all. This old song carries a simple heading in most translations of that director of music, perhaps a Psalm of David, a small note suggesting it was once sung to the low, breathy sound of a wind instrument, the kind of music that might drift softly through a house in the quiet hours just before sleep, or just after waking. It sits close beside Psalm 3 and Psalm 4 in the collection, three neighboring songs that together trace almost the whole arc of a single day and night, waking safely, lying down in peace, and now laying requests down and waiting for morning. Tonight we rest inside the third piece of that same old, familiar rhythm. Before we turn more deeply to the psalm, Let us spend a while simply softening the body, from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. There is no need to rush. We have the whole night ahead and nowhere else to be. Bring your gentle attention to the very top of your head. Let the skin there loosen and soften, as though warm water were trickling slowly down over your scalp, releasing everything it touches. Let that softness spread down across your forehead, smoothing every small line, easing the little furrow that gathers there during the day. Let the softness flow into your eyes, your eyelids growing heavy, bursting closed, completely still, the muscles around them releasing any strain from watching and keeping guard all day long. Let it spread into your cheeks and your jaw, hanging soft and heavy, your lips parting slightly, your whole face growing slack and peaceful, undefended, resting in the dark. Let it continue flowing down into your neck, releasing the small effort, holding your head upright all day, and out into your shoulders, sinking away from your ears, heavier and heavier and heavier, laying every burden down at last. Let it travel down your arms, into your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, and into your hands, which may simply lie open and still, fingers uncurling, asking for nothing. Let it move into your chest, easing any tightness there, your breath rising and falling on its own, needing no help from you at all. Let it sink into your back, your stomach, your lower back, your hips, releasing them fully into the mattress beneath you, so that you do not need to hold up any part of yourself, not even a little. Let the warm, heavy softness pour down through your thighs, your knees, your shins, your ankles, and into your feet, growing warm and heavy and completely still, your toes uncurling softly, releasing every last bit of effort. Now your whole body from head to toe is soft and warm and completely at rest and has been cared for. It is ready now to lay its own request down, quietly and to wait, expectantly and restfully, needing nothing further from you at all tonight. Let us breathe together now slowly, a few long, soft times before we turn to the words of the song. Breathe in softly, filling your chest with cool, quiet air, and breathe out slowly, releasing the whole of the day. Breathe in again, drawing in stillness. And breathe out, releasing tension you did not even know you were holding. One more slow breath in and out, sinking a little deeper into the bed beneath you. Let your breath return now to its own soft rhythm, and simply let it be, unwatched, unhurried, moving quietly in the dark. Let us hear now the words of Psalm 5 spoken softly and slowly, the way you might hear them half asleep already. Listen to my words, Lord, consider my lament. Psalm 5, verse 1. There is such simplicity in this first request, not a demand to be rescued immediately, not a plan laid out for how the rescue should look, only a request to be heard, to have the lament considered gently by someone who is actually listening. Let that same simple request rise up now from your own tired heart, whatever quiet laments you carried through today, and let it be heard completely, exactly as it is. Hear my cry for help, my King and my God, for to you I pray. Psalm 5 verse 2. So these the two names given here, my King and my God, one speaking of authority large enough to actually help, the other speaking of a nearness close enough to actually care. You do not need a king who is only powerful and distant, and you do not need a God who is only near but unable to help. Here tonight, both are held together, someone vast enough to manage whatever concerns you, and someone close enough to hear even the quietest, most private cry. And then the verse that gives this whole psalm its particular shape for our purposes tonight. In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning, I lay my request before you and wait expectantly. Psalm 5 verse 3. Let's borrow this verse a little early tonight. Let this very moment, here in the quiet dark, become your own laying down of requests, whatever they are, spoken in words or only carried silently in a tired chest. Lay them down now gently, one at a time if it helps, or all at once if it feels easier. and then let yourself wait, not anxiously, but expectantly, the way you wait for a promise you already trust will be kept. Notice too the calm confidence in that word expectantly. It is not a fearful waiting, wondering whether anything will come of the request at all. It is a subtle, patient waiting, the kind that has already decided the answer is coming and can therefore rest easily in the meantime. Let that same calm settle into your own waiting tonight. Whatever you have asked for, whatever you still hope will be answered, you do not need to stay awake making sure the answer arrives. You may simply wait restfully, trusting that the waiting itself is already being honored. Long before the morning brings its word, there is a particular kind of tiredness that comes from waiting anxiously rather than restfully, staying half alert through the night in case something needs your attention before morning. The waiting the psalm describes is closer to the waiting of a small child who has asked a trusted parent for something needed and then goes on quietly playing or quietly sleeping, no longer holding the request tightly because it has already been placed in good hands. Let your own waiting tonight be exactly that kind, light and settled and free. No longer grip that tightly. Simply set down and trust it. The psalm continues, turning for a while to describe what it is not. What it does not belong in the presence being addressed. For ye are not a God who is pleased with wickedness. With evil people are not welcome. The arrogant cannot stand in your presence. Psalm 5, verses 4 and 5. We will not linger long on these verses tonight, for they are not needed for our rest. It is enough simply to notice that the presence you are resting in tonight is a good presence, a right presence, one that does not tolerate cruelty or deceit, one where you need not brace yourself against being harmed by the very place you have come. Rest inside. There is something quietly reassuring in this, worth carrying gently to sleep. Whatever unkindness you may have encountered today, whatever harshness pressed in from someone else's arrogance or someone else's deceit, none of that belongs in the place where you are resting now. You have come to a presence that stands against exactly that kind of harm, not one that merely tolerates it and hopes for the best. You may set down here any small residue of unkindness the day left behind, trusting that it has no place in this quiet room and no power to follow you into sleep. You destroy those who tell lies, the bloodthirsty and deceitful the Lord detests. Psalm 5, verse 6. Even this harder verse, spoken plainly about real harm in a real world, can rest quietly tonight as simply one more sign that the presence holding you is trustworthy, unwilling to pretend that cruelty and deceit are harmless, unwilling to leave real wrong unnoticed. You do not need to carry the weight of correcting every wrong you encountered today. That was never your work to finish alone, and it is certainly not work for tonight. You may set it down completely, trusting it is held by someone far more capable of setting it right than you are. Especially at the end of a long day, but I, by your great love, can come into your house in reverence. I bow down toward your holy temple. Psalm 5, verse 7. The turn in this verse from a description of what is excluded to a quiet, personal confidence about what is included, by your great love, not by having earned entry, not by having proven worthiness first, but by great love freely given, freely received. You may simply come, exactly as you are, carried in by the same great love this old prayer leaned on, long before you ever needed to lean on it too. Lead me, Lord, in your righteousness. Because of my enemies, make your way straight before me. Psalm 5, verse 8. Let this be a request for guidance tonight, not for a night of struggle, but for a straight and simple path toward rest. Whatever complications the day held, whatever crooked, tangled worry still sits somewhere at the edge of your mind, let it be gently straightened now, the way this verse asks, made simple, made clear, made easy enough to set down completely and walk away from, at least for tonight. There is an old proverb that echoes the same request for a straight path, worth resting in for a moment. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. You do not need to understand tonight exactly how tomorrow's path will unfold. You only need to trust the way this old proverb asks, and let the straightening happen quietly in its own time, while you rest completely, needing to solve nothing more yourself tonight. This psalm continues for a while longer, describing more fully the deceit and harm that can trouble a life. Now the word from their mouth can be trusted. Their heart is filled with malice. Psalm 5, verse 9. We will let these words simply pass by tonight, distant and unneeded. The way old news from a difficult day eventually fades once the evening has settled in fully. Whatever untrustworthy words reached you today, whatever malice or unkindness you encountered, it does not need to be replayed here, in this soft and quiet room. Let it rest far off at the very edge of your awareness, unable to reach you any further tonight. And now the psalm turns gently toward the verses this whole night's rest has truly been leading toward. But let all who take refuge in you be glad. Let them ever sing for joy. Spread your protection over them, that those who love your name may rejoice in you. Psalm 5, verse 11. Let that word refuge settle over you now slowly. And refuge is not merely a shelter from danger, though it is that too. It is a place of belonging, a place where tired travelers not merely tolerated but welcomed gladly, completely, exactly as they are. Let this whole room become that refuge now, gently, in your mind. Picture it as a small, warm shelter, walls close enough to feel safe, a roof low enough to feel held, a single warm light glowing somewhere nearby, steady and unhurried. You have taken refuge here tonight, and this psalm promises that those who take refuge are glad, that they sing for joy, not because every trouble has vanished, but because the refuge itself is enough, sturdy enough, kind enough to hold whatever they still carry inside it. You are my hiding place. I long to dwell in your tent forever, and take refuge in the shelter of your wings. Psalm 61, verses 3 and 4 echo the same longing tonight. I wish not simply to be rescued once, but to dwell continually inside exactly this kind of shelter. You do not need to earn a permanent place inside this refuge. It has already been prepared long before tonight, and it will still be here tomorrow and the night after that, ready to receive you again, exactly as gladly as it receives you now. Spread your protection over them. The psalm continues, and the phrase in the original language carries the sense of a covering, something spread wide and thin overhead, like a canopy or like wings. Let that image settle now gently. Above you, a wide covering spreading out over your whole tired body, not heavy, not confining, only present, only sheltering. Exactly the way a covering keeps rain from a traveler without needing to be noticed at all. Simply doing its quiet work faithfully all through the night. Notice too, the second half of that verse, that those who love your name may rejoice in you. Psalm 5, verse 11. There is a quiet difference worth resting in between rejoicing in what you have and rejoicing in the one who gave it. Whatever today's harvest looked like, large or small, easy or difficult, the deeper rejoicing this verse describes does not depend on the harvest at all. It rests instead in simply being known and named and loved by the very one whose covering now spreads out gently over your whole tired body. Let that same quiet rejoicing rise up now in your own chest, not loud, not forced, only a small, warm gladness settling in alongside the rest of your tired body as it lets go completely. And now the final verse, the one this whole evening has been walking toward. Surely, Lord, you bless the righteous, you surround them with your favor as with a shield. Psalm 5, verse 12. Let that final image settle deep now, slowly, one phrase at a time. Surrounded, not merely protected from one direction, but surrounded completely on every side, the way this same image appeared once before, in an earlier night's rest. In Psalm 3, my glory and the lifter of my head, a shield around me. Here, in this psalm, the shield returns, called now the shield of favor. Goodwill wrapped all the way around you, gentle and complete. Picture this shield now, the way you may have pictured it before, a warm, low light curving all the way around your resting body, above and below, in front and behind, unbroken, complete. But notice the difference in what this shield is made of tonight. It is not merely defense against danger. It is favor, goodwill, a kind of warm regard resting over you simply because you are loved. Not because a threat needs to be kept at bay. Let that same warm favor settle over you now, surrounding you completely, needing no danger nearby to justify its presence. Simply here, simply given, simply yours to rest inside. Let that shield of favor glow a little brighter now, filling in any small gap, any small worry still lingering at its edge. It curves above your head, low and warm, and beneath you too, running under the bed, under the floor, under the very ground that holds up your home, so that you are held on every side, above and below, front and back, with nothing left unprotected. You do not need to check whether it is holding. It holds the way favor always holds, quietly, faithfully, without needing to be watched or maintained by the one it surrounds. Other voices across scripture echo the same quiet promise of a night spent waiting well, worth hearing tonight like other verses of the very same old song. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. Psalm 30, verse 5. Let that promise settle over whatever sorrow the day may have left behind. It does not ask you to feel joyful tonight before you are ready. It only promises that joy is already on its way, arriving with the morning, the way morning always arrives faithfully after even the longest and most difficult night. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Lamentations 3, verses 22 and 23. Let this same freshness wait quietly for you at the edge of tonight's rest. Not yet needed, simply prepared, freshly, exactly for the morning you are waiting to meet. Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go, for to you I entrust my life. Psalm 143, verse 8. Let that same trust settle over your waiting now, entrusting whatever tomorrow will require to hands far steadier than your own. You are my hiding place, will protect me from trouble, and surround me with songs of deliverance. Psalm 32, verse 7. Notice that word surround again, echoing the shield of favor already gathering around you. The Lord is good, a refuge in times of trouble. He cares for those who trust in him. Nahum, chapter 1, verse 7. Let that old brief promise settle over you too. Simple and complete, needing no further explanation. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. Psalm 91, verse 4. Let that same covering settle now, warm and close, over your whole resting body. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Matthew, chapter 6, verse 34. Let this gentle instruction settle over whatever small anxious edge still leans toward tomorrow morning, wondering what it will require, what still needs answering. Tomorrow can wait for tomorrow's light. The night only asks that you lay your request down and wait and rest, exactly as this whole psalm has described from its very first verse. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. Psalm 16, verse 11. Let that same quiet joy settle now too, needing no further reason than simply being here, resting, held in this presence tonight. Let all of these old voices settle now into a single, quiet chorus, resting together over your tired body. One long, unbroken thread of promise, breaths running through refuge and shield and morning mercy. Every one of them saying, in its own quiet way, exactly the same thing. You are heard. You are surrounded. You may lay your request down completely and wait restfully, trusting that morning, whenever it comes, will find you already held, already favored, already at peace. Let us imagine, for a moment, the last of the evening settling fully into night outside this quiet room. The sky deepening from blue to a soft, complete dark, scattered gently with quiet stars. There is no need to watch it happen. You can simply let it happen, unseen, unhurried, on its own time. Somewhere out past the window, picture a single small light still burning, low and steady, the kind of light that waits patiently through the whole night for someone to come home. Let that same steady light glow now, gently, somewhere just behind your closed eyes. A quiet sign that you are already home, already welcomed, already resting exactly where you belong. Picture, too, the shield of favor curving gently around this whole small room, the way a warm canopy might curve above a bed on a cold night, holding in warmth, holding out the chill of the dark beyond it. You do not need to hold this picture sharply. You can let it rest softly at the edges of your mind, present but undemanding, the way a good blanket is present, without needing to be thought about, simply doing its quiet work of keeping you warm, all through the night. Let the stars gather now too, quietly, one by one, scatter across that same deepening dark, each one small and steady and patient, keeping its own gentle watch from far above. They do not hurry into view, and they do not compete for attention. They simply appear, faithfully, the way trust settles quietly into a tired heart, one small realization at a time, until the whole sky feels softly, steadily lit, watching over the very same shield of favor, the very same shield of favor that already surrounds you. But their calm, distant light settle over you too, one more soft layer of quiet care added to everything else, already holding you tonight. There is a kind of restlessness that sometimes comes from asking too early what the answer to tonight's request will actually look like. Straining to picture the shape of tomorrow morning before it has even arrived. You do not need to picture it exactly. You only need to trust the way this song trusts that the morning will bring its word in its own time, in its own way, and that whatever shape it takes, you will be met there by the same great love that has already welcomed you here tonight into this quiet, sheltered rest. Let us pause here a while and simply be grateful softly, quietly, for this body that has carried you faithfully through the full long day, and that is resting now, held and warm and cared for. Be grateful for the breath that has never once stopped, drawing in and letting go, again and again, without you ever needing to think about it. Be grateful for this quiet refuge, this soft bed, this gentle dark, all of it gathered together tonight simply to hold you, simply to let you rest, simply to carry you gently toward morning. Be grateful too, without any pressure to name them all, for anyone in your life who has ever felt like a shield of favor on a difficult day, anyone whose care has helped you feel welcome rather than merely tolerated, whether they know it or not, whether they are near tonight or far away. If a face or name rises up gently on its own, let it rest there for a moment, warm and welcome, a small, quiet thank you offered without needing to be spoken aloud. And if no one comes to mind, that is fine too. The steady, watchful care that holds you tonight does not depend on remembering everyone who has shown you kindness. It simply holds you fully on its own, the way favor continues resting over someone regardless of whether they notice it clearly. Let this quiet gratitude be soft and light, like a warm breath released slowly into the cool evening air, rather than one more thing to work at, or perform, or get exactly right tonight or any night. If it does not come easily, that is fine too. You can simply return instead to the shield of favor and the quiet refuge, and let those pictures hold you just as gently, just as completely, without needing any effort of gratitude from you at all. Somewhere far back, in the quietest part of memory, almost everyone carries a picture of being welcomed home. A door opening, a warm room waiting, someone glad to see them arrive. Let that same old, warm feeling rise up again now softly. The same welcome the sun itself describes. By your great love I can come into your house. You are not left to earn your way into rest tonight. You were welcome then. You are welcome now. You are welcome now. Let yourself feel small again for just a moment, in the gentlest possible way. There is nothing to prove tonight and nothing to defend. You can set all of that down now and simply let yourself be tired and completely, wonderfully welcome, wrapped in favor, watched over without pause. Let us take one more slow pass through the body now, briefer than the first, simply checking that every part of you has truly let go. The way you might glance once more around a softly lit room at night before finally settling in yourself to rest. Notice your head resting heavy on the pillow, and let any small tightness in your scalp or forehead release completely. Let your jaw soften once more, your whole face growing slack and peaceful. Notice your neck and your shoulders sinking a little further into the pillow and the mattress. Notice your arms heavy at your sides, your hands open and still, holding nothing. Notice your chest rising and falling slowly on its own. Your stomach soft and easy. Your back fully supported by the bed beneath you. Let a slow wave of heaviness move through your hips, your thighs, your knees, your shins settling finally into your ankles, and your feet softening them completely. Your toes resting open and still. There is nothing left to check now. Nothing left to soften. Nothing left to release. Your whole body may simply rest, held fully, supported fully, safe from head to foot, ready at last to be carried the rest of the way into deep and peaceful sleep, exactly the way the song promises. Your quest laid down, waiting fulfilled, surrounded completely by favor. Feel the warmth of the place where you are lying right now, whether it is this quiet refuge in your mind, or the very real, very soft bed beneath your very real, very tired body. Feel how the blankets hold you close and warm and steady. The way the same shield of favor holds back every trouble that might otherwise reach the one it surrounds. Feel how completely you are supported from the top of your head down to the soles of your feet, needing to hold up no part of yourself at all tonight. You can give your whole weight fully to whatever is holding you now. Let us count together now, very slowly, very softly, the way you might count small, quiet points of favor gathering gently around you as the night deepens, each number heavier and slower than the last, sinking you further down into rest with every one. 10. Feel your whole body growing heavier. 9. Feel your breath slowing further still. 8. Feel the bed rising up softly to hold you completely. 7. Feel your mind growing quiet and dim and far away. 6. Let every small thought dissolve gently, like a small light fading softly into a warm, dark glow. 5. Feel yourself sinking deeper now, softer, heavier, further from waking with every slow number. 4. Let the shield of favor and the quiet refuge and the wide, dark sky grow soft and distant, fading gently at the edges. 3. Feel your whole body resting now, fully supported, fully held, needing nothing more from you at all. 2. Let your breathing settle into its own slow, endless rhythm, needing no attention, no effort, no thought. 1. And now let yourself rest completely, fully, deeply, at the soft, quiet bottom of this long, slow count held gently in the dark, safe and warm. And still, let us hear the song once more. Now, a little more slowly, letting the words settle even deeper than before. Listen to my words, Lord. Consider my lament. Psalm 5, verse 1. Let that first honest word rest is the now already heard. In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning I lay my request before you and wait expectantly. Psalm 5, verse 3. Let that quiet waiting settle over you again. Calm and certain, exactly the waiting you are living inside right now. Lead me, Lord, in your righteousness, make your way straight before me. Psalm 5, verse 8. Let that same straight and simple path settle once more. Gently, needing no further thought from you tonight. So lead, Lord, you bless the righteous, you surround them with your favor as with a shield. Psalm 5, verse 12. Let that final image rest over you now like a soft, familiar lullaby, humming gently at the very edge of hearing, needing nothing from you but your rest, your trust, your willingness simply to let go. Surrounded. Feel that word settle first, quiet and complete, over your whole entire body, with your favor. Let that same warm regard rest over you now, closer this time, steadier this time, more deeply trusted than before. As with a shield, let that final image settle deepest of all, quiet and certain, needing no further proof, simply true. Think for just a moment, and only gently if the nights your own life has already moved through. Nights when the day's lament felt loud, when the answer to your request felt far away. When the answer to your request felt far away, when waiting itself felt difficult to bear. And yet here you are tonight, still resting, still breathing, still cared for, exactly as you were cared for through every one of those harder nights before. Whether you noticed the shield of favor clearly then or not, whatever season you find yourself in tonight, it can rest now quietly at the far edge of this warm, gracious shield. You do not have to solve every request of your life tonight. You only have to rest and let the favor hold steady around you, exactly as it always has, exactly as it always will. Let the shield stand quietly now, a little further off, softer, dimmer, further away, as sleep begins to draw nearer and nearer. It is still there, still surrounding you completely, but you do not need to hold the picture sharply anymore. You can let it grow soft and blurred and distant, the way a familiar nightlight grows soft and blurred through half-closed eyes, as sleep pulls you gently onward, into rest, into quiet, into the deep and dreamless dark that waits patiently just ahead of you now, safe and warm and near. Let every last thought grow quiet now, soft and slow and far away. Let the small requests you laid down earlier stay exactly where they went, held now and trusted now, resting until morning without troubling you further. Let even these words, the ones you are hearing right now, begin to grow distant and soft like a voice heard from another room, gentle and unclear, no longer needing to be followed closely. Simply continuing on, quietly, in the background, while you drift further and further away from waking. You are heard, you are surrounded completely by a warm and gracious favor. You are welcomed gently into a refuge that asks nothing of you tonight but your rest. There is nothing left to do. There is nothing left to carry or solve or worry over until the morning brings its word gently, in its own good time. For now, there is only this, the soft bed beneath you, the warm dark around you, the slow, steady breath moving quietly in and out, and the deep, patient rest rising up now to meet you softly. Breathe in softly, one more long, gentle breath. And breathe out, releasing everything, completely, all the way down. Let your whole body grow heavier still, sinking further into the bed, further into the dark, further into the deep and patient quiet that has been waiting for you. Gently, this whole time, sleep is rising now, gently, all around you, like warm light rising softly at the edges of a quiet room, filling every low place softly, without hurry. You may let yourself be carried by it now, completely, needing to do nothing at all, only to stay and rest and receive. There is nothing left to resist. You may simply let go all the way and let it carry you softly into deep and dreamless rest. If you are still listening, let these last few words be very soft, very slow, very far away already, like the last few glimmers of a warm light dimming gently at the edge of sleep. Still there, still glowing, but quiet now and fading, and completely at peace. You are safe inside this refuge. You are surrounded completely. There's nothing to fear in the dark, nothing to guard against, nothing left to do but rest. You are one of countless souls resting safely tonight, held by the same quiet promise, sheltered by the same gracious favor, waiting, if only for tonight, within the same warm and steady shield. And above it all, the wide night sky still spreads out, calm and vast and gently watching, exactly as it has watched over every tired soul who has ever needed exactly this kind of rest, exactly as it is watching over you now, softly, patiently, without judgment, without demand. Let the wide blessing of this old psalm settle over you once more, quietly, before sleep finally arrives. May you bless the righteous. May you surround with favor everyone who takes refuge tonight. Everyone you love, everyone who might need their own quiet shelter tonight, their own gentle hearing, their own deep and peaceful sleep. You do not need to carry that blessing yourself or make sure it reaches everyone. It simply flows gently, the way favor flows outward from any generous source, reaching exactly as far as it needs to reach. You may simply rest now at the center of that same gentle flowing, trusting that whatever you lay down tonight has already, quietly, been received. There is nothing more to say now, except to let you rest. The words are growing softer. The shield is growing warmer, closer, quieter. Your breath continues on quietly, in and out, needing no help from you at all. Your body has grown heavy and warm and completely still. Sleep is close now, very close, rising gently to meet you the way a good refuge rises to meet a tired traveler, arriving at last from a long day's journey, softly, patiently, without any hurry at all. Let it come. Let it carry you. Let everything else fall quietly away, all the way into rest. There is a beautiful old harmony worth carrying with you into sleep. One last time, between this morning prayer and the nights that surround it. You have laid your request down tonight, as this psalm asks, and now you may wait expectantly, restfully, trusting that morning will bring its word exactly when it should, lying down and waiting, waking and hearing, night folding into morning, morning folding into night. Again and again, each one held the whole time by the very same steady, watchful favor. The night is simply one more evening in that same old, faithful rhythm, and you are simply one more tired traveler, welcomed into it, exactly as you are. Good night. Rest well, deeply and completely, surrounded through every hour of this long, dark, gentle night by a favor that does not tire, and does not fade, and does not fade, and does not need to be earned. You are heard, you are sheltered, you are kept in peace. There is nothing left to hold, and nothing left to fear, and nothing left to fear, and nothing left to do but sleep. Let the shield keep its quiet watch long after you have drifted away from these words entirely. Let its warm glow shine softly on, all through the night, whether you see it or not. And I'll let sleep deep and peaceful and complete carry you gently now, all the way until the soft light of morning returns, bringing its word gently, exactly as it always has, and you wake again, already at peace, already held, already sustained. End of Psalm 5 Sleep Meditation. Rest well and sleep deeply. A